Have you ever helped someone and they never said thank you? Have you ever given everything to people only for them to ask for more? Have you ever been so kind, so generous, so good that people slowly started using you? There is a painful truth that kind people learn too late. Being good does not always protect you. Sometimes it destroys you. You say yes when you want to say no. You help when you are already exhausted. You give until there is nothing left inside you. And people do not respect your kindness. They exploit it. And the worst part is this. When you finally say no, when you finally set boundaries, they call you selfish, cold, and mean. But what if I told you that being kind without being strategic is one of the most dangerous traps you can fall into? Today, I want to tell you a story about a man who was too kind. A man who gave everything until he had nothing left, and how he learned a shocking truth about goodness. If you have ever felt used, drained, or taken for granted, this story is for you. Music. Once upon a time in a quiet village, there lived a man named Thomas. Thomas was the kindest man in the village. He had a warm smile, a helping hand, and a heart that never said no. If someone needed help, Thomas was there. If someone needed money, Thomas gave it. If someone needed time, Thomas would spend hours listening. Everyone loved Thomas, or so he believed. Thomas is such a good man, they would say, always ready to help, always so generous. Thomas felt proud. He believed his kindness made him valuable. He believed his goodness kept him safe. But deep inside, something felt wrong. He felt tired, drained, empty. Every night, he would collapse into bed exhausted, staring at the ceiling, whispering to himself, "Why do I feel so weak?" One morning, Thomas's neighbor, Mr. Harrison, knocked on his door. "Thomas, I need help fixing my roof. Can you come today?" Thomas had planned to rest. His back ached from helping 3 other neighbors that same week. But he looked at Mr. Harrison's face, and he could not say no. He spent the entire day on that roof under the burning sun. His hands blistered, his body screamed for rest. When he finally finished, Mr. Harrison smiled and said, "Good job, Thomas. Same time next week. I need the fence fixed too." No thank you. No offer to help Thomas in return. Just another request. That night, Thomas lay in bed staring at the ceiling. His body ached, but his heart ached more. "Why do they not appreciate what I do?" he whispered. "Why do they keep asking for more?" Days later, Thomas's friend Robert came to him with a familiar request. "Thomas, can I borrow some money?" "Just 50 coins, Robert said. "I will pay you back next month. I promise." Thomas had lent Robert money before, 3 times, and Robert had never paid him back. Still, Thomas gave him the money again. 2 months passed. Robert never mentioned the money. When Thomas finally gathered the courage to ask, he said quietly, "Robert, about the money I lent you." Robert's face changed instantly. "What?" he snapped. "I thought we were friends, Thomas. Friends do not keep track of these things." Thomas felt a sharp knife twist in his chest. He had given and given and given again. And now he was the bad one for asking. One evening, the village gathered for a meeting to discuss building a new well. As they talked about who would do the work, every head slowly turned toward Thomas. "Thomas will do it," someone said. "He is always willing to help." Everyone nodded. The decision was made. Thomas would build the well alone. No one asked him. They simply expected it. Thomas sat there in silence, his heart heavy. In that moment, he realized something painful. His kindness had become his prison. People did not respect him. They used him. That night, an old merchant passed through the village. He saw Thomas sitting alone by the river, shoulders slumped, eyes empty. The merchant sat beside him and said softly, "You look like a man who gives everything and receives nothing." Thomas looked up, surprised. "How did you know?" he asked. The merchant smiled sadly. "Because I see it in your eyes. You think being good means saying yes to everyone. But tell me, how do you feel?" Thomas swallowed. Exhausted, empty, used. The merchant nodded. That is because you have been giving without wisdom. Kindness without strategy is not kindness. It is self-destruction. Thomas frowned. But is helping people not the right thing to do? Yes, the merchant replied. But not all people deserve your help. Not all requests deserve your yes. When you help everyone, your help becomes worthless. When you are always available, people stop valuing your time. When you never say no, people stop respecting your yes. Something cracked open inside Thomas. Then what should I do? He asked. The merchant looked him straight in the eyes. Be kind, but be strategic. Help, but choose who. Give, but protect yourself. Your goodness is a gift. Do not waste it on people who do not appreciate it. The next morning, Mr. Harrison knocked on Thomas's door again. Thomas, ready to fix my fence today? Thomas took a deep breath. For the first time in his life, he said one word, no. Mr. Harrison blinked, shocked. What? But you promised. I am tired, Thomas replied calmly. My body needs rest. You will have to find someone else. If you want, next I can. Continue with the backlash and transformation arc, sharpen the ending into a strong moral climax, compress this into a viral short script, or rewrite it in a cold Machiavellian tone. Just tell me the direction. Harrison's face turned red with anger. I cannot believe this. Thomas stood firm. I fixed your roof, your door, and your garden fence, Thomas said calmly. You never once helped me. You never once said thank you. You only asked for more. Thomas closed the door gently. His hands were shaking, but for the first time he felt free. Days later, Robert approached him again. Thomas, can I borrow some money? Thomas looked at him calmly. No. Robert's eyes widened. What? Come on, Thomas. You borrowed from me 3 times, Thomas replied. You never paid me back. You even made me feel guilty for asking. I will not lend you money again. Robert's face twisted with anger. You have changed, Thomas. You are not the kind person you used to be. Thomas smiled slightly. You are right. I have changed. I am no longer kind to people who do not respect my kindness. And Thomas felt lighter than he had in years. At the next village meeting, Thomas stood up. I've helped this village for years, he said, his voice steady. I have built, fixed, and given without asking for anything in return. But from now on, things will change. The villagers stared at him in shock. I will help, but not alone. I will give my time, but it must be respected. I will be kind, but only to those who value kindness. Some villagers looked ashamed, others looked angry, but Thomas did not care anymore. He had learned the truth. Being good does not mean being weak, it means being wise. Weeks passed. Something strange happened. The people who once took Thomas for granted began treating him differently. Mr. Harrison nodded respectfully when he saw him. Robert greeted him politely from a distance, and the villagers still asked for help. But now they offered something in return: money, labor, gratitude. One day, a young farmer named Daniel approached Thomas. Thomas, I heard you are good at building. I need help with my barn, but I will pay you, and I will help you with anything you need. Thomas looked at Daniel and saw something rare: respect. All right, Thomas said with a smile. Let us work together. And for the first time in years, Thomas felt his kindness was valued. Months later, the old merchant returned. He found Thomas sitting by the river. But this time, Thomas looked different, stronger, peaceful. You have changed, the merchant said with a knowing smile. Thomas nodded. I used to think being good meant giving everything to everyone, but now I know real goodness is strategic. It is about helping the right people at the right time, for the right reasons. The merchant smiled. And how do you feel now? Thomas looked up at the sky. I feel free. I am still kind, but I am no longer a victim of my own kindness. If you are watching this today, and you are the person who always says yes, the person who always helps, the person who always gives. Hear this. Your kindness is not a weakness, but kindness without boundaries will destroy you. Being good does not mean being available to everyone. It does not mean saying yes when your heart is screaming no. It does not mean sacrificing yourself for people who do not value you. Real kindness is strategic. It protects your energy. It chooses wisely. It gives to those who appreciate, not to those who exploit. Do not feel guilty for saying no. Do not apologize for setting boundaries. Do not let people make you feel selfish for protecting your peace. One person who respects your kindness is worth more than 100 who take advantage of it. If this story touched your heart, if you needed to hear this today, subscribe to Tales with English. Every story here is a lesson. Every lesson is a light. You are not selfish for protecting yourself. You are wise. God bless you. And remember, being kind is beautiful, but being strategically kind is powerful.